Okay, just showing you another version of working with the digital mock-ups in Photoshop. Um, this one I'm going to show you how to look at that grey background and improve that and match it to your other backgrounds. So that's the only difference between this and the other movie I've given you. So same thing, you open up the digital mock-up in Photoshop, you double click on the little smart object icon. It will open in a separate tab, and you recognise that that's connected, so you mustn't do anything but hit save. Don't do save as. There's the original, and here's the image that's connected. So again, just go and go to your file menu and place a new image in there. So I'm just going to go to a different image, so it's more of a magazine one on desktop. Magazine spread. Okay, so let's do one of these. This is where you might find it quite useful with your something like the SEER one that you've done. You might really think, that'd be nice to mock up as an open magazine. So there is a template in there for an open magazine. So it's not great, doesn't match the format, but I'll use it nonetheless, just to give you an idea. So imagine you've done your magazine cover. So again, like with the other one, we've got transparent areas, so you'll need to address that in some way by putting another layer in between if necessary. I won't bother with that right now. And then when you're happy with it, remember where you are. You're inside the image that's connected to the final mockup. Just hit Command S or File Save, and then switch. You'll see it updating, and then switch to the magazine, and it's gone ahead and it's updated across these. Now with the background, so it's a very convincing mock-up. And also what I was saying about editing the files, if you decide that this format is not quite the right size, you can rasterize these layers and just crop the image, do a final crop. So I would be cropping this image for sure, because the whole thing is got too much grey in the background. Yeah, so once you've actually got the image in there, think about how you're actually going to use it. Do you really need all that background just because it gives it to you? And the other thing is, when you're using several mock-ups, they may have quite different greys. So what you want to do is go to the Image Adjust menu, and you're going to adjust the background colour using selective colour. Now you notice I'm not able to do anything there because that's Smart Object, so I've got to find the background layer, find where that colour is, which is here. And I might have to unlock that if it won't let me adjust it. No, it will, so that's okay. Let's go through. So we're going Image Menu, Adjustments, and we're using this one, which is called Selective Colour. We're on the background layer, and we want to look at the neutrals and whites. So grey is, you're going to be working usually in the neutral one. And what you want to do is remove extra blue or black or whatever it is you're seeing in the grey background. So you might move the slider, the black slider, all the way across and not touch the colour balance in the other ones. That's fine. And we've got no strong colour contrast. But whatever you do here, you could take a screenshot of the measurements, the percentages, so that you can then match that neutral across all the others. So if I wanted to go completely white and have no cast, I'd make sure it was naught across everything, and then that should be a much more neutral grey. And then I can go into the whites, and I can really do a number on it if I want to get rid of any kind of coloration at all. And then I've got a really bright white. So there's two ways you could go about it. You could just work with the neutrals, or if you want a really bright white, go to the white tab and just remove all colour from it. It depends what you want. If you want a nice soft grey, then work just with the neutrals, but you're going to have to write down whatever you've fiddled with here in terms of if you did want it to have a slight amount of a bluish tinge, then -48, then you go and match that on all the rest of them. So it depends what you're after, whether you just want a neutral grey with some percentages in there, and you just need to match that to the other ones that you're using, because you will find that mock-ups vary in terms of what grey they've put behind it. Alternatively, you might say, okay, I just want totally white behind it. And that's really all there is to it. Have fun choosing the one you want, and just be aware that you can go ahead and just crop the whole image at the end of the whole process if you feel like the image, which I do feel in this case, it's just way too big. So you can go ahead and just get rid of that background, because why do you need it for your particular job? So that's it. Have fun, and I'll talk to you again soon.